It really is a wonder why so many college students have a hard time throughout the semesters of their college career, not just struggling academically, but also struggling socially. So today I really thought about it, and I feel like a big reason is the fact that our advisors are not being trained to the point that they really need to be in order to guide and direct our students into complete success and stress-free college career. Not that all the blame should be put on our advisors. I just want to put a disclaimer out there. The blame is not supposed to be on top of our advisors, but it is one big thing that could be fixed in order to create that path to a stress-free college career for our students. And let me elaborate a little bit more on that. When it comes to being guided through college, as a college student myself, the advisor has a very big role into a student's life because they are the ones that, of course, they enroll you in your classes, but they're also supposed to be there if you have any questions about your college, about anything regarding to college life. And I am going to say this, I have not had the best advisors strictly because I don't feel like I have the opportunity to reach out to them because they're always busy or they just don't have the time, or it's just super difficult to get in contact. So I feel like today that is a big thing that needs to be addressed, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to argue the fact that it really affects the students, but not only does it affect the students, it also could potentially affect the college itself. And then the third point I'm going to discuss today is the fact, how can we make it better? How can we transform this situation into something that, can become better for everybody, for the advisors and for the faculty and students. So today I'm going to start off with how it affects our students. Not only does it affect me, but I've had plenty of friends that it's affected in the past. It is very interesting how students, especially new freshmen and sophomores, need that guidance because they are brand new into college. This is a new start in their life, and not only do their friends and teachers that they have a big impact, but also their advisors should have a bigger impact as well, because they are the ones that kind of usher you into college. It's just one of those, they're those people that kind of give you that support and that foundation once you enter college. So I did some research and I looked up the Association of American Colleges and Universities. I found some statistics that were very interesting. 16% of students spend about 30 minutes in their meetings, which is a decent meeting. I feel like there could be plenty that's accomplished within that period of time. But 78% of students spend less than 15 minutes in their meetings with their advisors, which I felt like is bizarre because that means they're only getting enrolled in their classes and there's no true advising going on. There's no direction that could be given really, other than here's your class and let's go. Another thing is 64% of students meet 2 times or less with their advisors throughout the school year. And only about 36% of students meet more than that. So if you do the math, that means the majority of the students spend 15 minutes. That's 30 minutes that our students are spending with their advisors per year. It should not be that little amount of time, because there's not really much that could be accomplished other than getting the class schedules. Our advisors are supposed to lead and to guide our students. And how else can you do that when you're not being in contact? So I think one thing that could really be worked on is proactive advising throughout the semester. So it affects our students. It also said that the more engagement that they had with their advisors, the better outcome that they had, the students had in their college career. So if they're not meeting with their advisors, or if their advisors are advising them incorrectly, it really can take a toll on the school itself. Let me get this. If students aren't happy with their advisement, they are obviously going to tell their, peers, and potential future students, which if those future students are not, being given good reviews, I wouldn't want to come to this college if they're, I have friends complaining to me how terrible my experience was due to ill advisement. And that's just a big trickle effect. So if one student tells 5 of their friends, that's 5 potential students that, the school's losing money on, if they decide not to come. So it really does create this financial burden in the long run. But also I had a friend tell me that if that is technically bad public relations. If you have bad public relations, that can create a bad reputation. So in order to avoid the bad reputation in total, here are a few things that we can do to create a better atmosphere and create a better reputation for our school. And for our advisors, because they're not the only ones that are, students aren't the only ones getting the bad end of the stick. If the advisors are getting a bad rep, then that would take a toll on me. If I was an advisor and somebody's like, oh, you're terrible, that would take a huge toll on me. So I am really adamant on, what can we do to change this? There are a lot of conferences held by, the National Academic Advising Association that, they give you direct points that help advisors learn how to connect with their students on more than just a superficial level. And I feel like that is something that really needs to be done. There needs to be less superficiality and more, not intimacy, I don't think that's the right word, but there definitely needs to be more intention within our meetings with our advisors. Also, another way is the school can provide specialty training specifically designed for the school itself. Another big thing is just the fact that students are typically, they change majors mid-semester. And that's really prevalent. And I feel like a really important thing to do would be to train our advisors to learn more about each individual, each section within the school. So if a psychology advisor, learned a little bit more about what it takes to get a general studies major or degree, I feel like that would be really beneficial. And just to kind of wrap it up, those are just a few ways to create a better atmosphere for the school. But if we take that time to train our advisors, what an impact it would make on the students' lives, on the reputation of the school. And I just feel like those ways that I described, holding conferences and going to conferences and, just researching. I feel like we definitely need a lot more research within the schools itself. So once all this happens, I feel like we could do so many amazing things, and just a better reputation overall. So I really hope that this made a difference and that this maybe gave you a little bit of insight into a student's perspective on the advisor situation. All right, I think that'll be all for today. Thank you. Bye.